Welcome back to the Tipsy Ghost. We're your tipsy hosts, Sarah Lindsey.
Hey guys.
Hey.
A few episodes ago, we talked about some fun laws in Canada. Remember?
Ooh, oh, yeah. We said they probably have really nice laws.
Yes. So we are going to talk about fun laws in the US of A.
It's illegal to do a lot here.
Yes, but these are fun. Okay.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
North Carolina. Did you know that it is illegal to plow a field with an elephant in North Carolina?
Wait, like you can't use the elephant to plow the field, or if
Right.
the field has an elephant, you can't plow it?
No, you can't use an elephant.
That means
plow
it's
the field.
happened once.
That's what is so fascinating about these laws. Something has happened.
Who has owned an elephant in North Carolina?
And use it to plow a field.
How does an elephant plow a field?
Okay. Do we think it's like a circus, like a traveling circus?
And they're
And
farmers.
they ended up there, and maybe the circus person needed money, and so they loaned out their elephant to plow the field. That's, I'm guessing, how it went down.
Okay, I like it. Iowa. If you are a one-armed piano player,
It wasn't me.
you
It
must
was the one-armed man.
I knew you could do that.
Sorry.
You must perform for free.
Oh, you don't get paid?
No, you have to perform for free.
I feel
if
like
you're one-armed.
if you're missing a limb, you should get paid double.
That seems illegal on so many other fronts, like, disability. One arm?
One-armed piano player, you must play for free.
Okay.
That seems, I don't know what the word is.
Discriminatory?
Thank you.
Do you guys want to know what's illegal in Missouri?
Let me list all the things that are illegal in
Well,
Missouri.
okay, I don't like
You can
the
drive
way
with an open container in
You
Missouri.
You can.
You can. I mean, it depends by county, but yes, you can.
But there's several weird things, I'm sure, that are illegal. Let's hear it.
It is illegal to drive your car
Uh-huh.
with an uncaged bear in the car.
Good to know.
Yeah, I
Mark
can
that
see
off our
that.
list.
That's probably a good law.
Someone in Missouri tried to drive with a bear in their car.
An
I'm just-
uncaged bear.
Picturing somebody out in the woods that sees like a little cub, thought, you know what? I'm going to take this one home.
This is where you know we're city folk. How often do you see bears in Missouri?
I feel like not often, but
Not
maybe in the
ever.
Ozarks.
Yeah, maybe in the Ozarks.
I hear about like mountain lion sightings. I'm like, where?
I bet it was the traveling circus.
Oh, well, that answers everything. They have everything.
They were going from here to...
Oh, and they
North
can't
Carolina.
travel with it in their car. Yeah, it makes
Yes.
sense.
With the one-armed piano player
You know
Yes.
what?
You guys
This
play
seems
for free.
discriminatory towards circus folk.
and bears.
These laws were made against circus people.
We're going to stay with the bears.
Carnies. Aren't they called carnies?
In Alaska, it is illegal for you to wake up a bear to take a picture.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not a great idea.
Also, common sense feels
Don't-
like.
If you want to take a picture of a bear, don't wake it up.
How would they know that unless you were just eaten by a bear? But like,
But what if it was awake? Like
what
a
if
mi-
you?
You can take a picture of it while it's awake, but you can't wake it up to take a picture.
But like, unless you posted like, "Hey, I woke this bear up."
Right.
How are they gonna know?
No, this bear is already awake when I took this picture.
Pay no attention. He was already awake.
He looks really grumpy, but it's okay.
It's January, but he was awake.
I know it's hibernation months, but he was already up.
He needed a midnight snack.
He was
And it was
stirring.
me.
I am tasty, apparently. Now I'm a one-armed piano player.
It's all making sense. I tried to get him in the car.
Now I can't
Drive
get
him to
paid.
Missouri.
I can't get
I had to
paid
trade him in for an
for
elephant
my
and go plow some
piano
fields.
playing.
It's all connected.
I get it now.
Montana.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
there's lots of wildlife there.
Elk.
So this has to do with a horse.
Okay.
So if you ride your horse to school, which you can,
Okay.
it is the principal's job to feed and pasture your horse.
I feel like this is a really old law.
Poor principal. What if everybody, like as a senior prank, rode horses to
Aw.
school?
Best senior prank ever.
And then the
Honestly.
principal has to feed and pasture all these horses.
I have a friend that's getting ready to move to Montana, so I'm going to tell them,
That is a great
when
senior
your kids
prank.
graduate, this is what you should do.
Yes. All right, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. You can't drive under 55 miles an hour.
It has to do with something with witches.
Okay.
It does not have anything to do with witches.
Damn it, Lindsay. Let me have my fun.
Okay. You cannot.
You can't pretend to be a witch. You have to be a real
It
one.
has nothing to do with witches.
That was still my guess.
What else do we know about
It
Massachusetts?
might still be a law. You just didn't talk about it.
Oh, I got
It
this.
might be.
You can't park your car in the yard.
Oh.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
She got it.
That honestly is a terrible
You
accent.
can't just say, hey, I'm walking here.
You can't.
Slap the side of the car.
Slap the top of
It's
the
illegal.
taxi.
Yeah.
No, good guesses, but this has to do with an exploding golf ball.
Oh.
Oh,
That's my
If
next
you
guess.
are
We're
found
close.
with an exploding golf ball, you're going to be arrested. You can't have an exploding
That's
golf
like
ball.
a bomb.
have you seen that?
That's exactly.
What the hell?
Who
But
does
specifically,
It's
a
a golf
golf ball.
ball?
It's
Exploding
fine.
baseball is okay.
What?
Oh,
No, I'm making it up. I have no idea.
Oh,
It's in like part 2B.
I have no idea.
Also, no softball that explodes. Okay.
All right, Nebraska.
You cannot have
Exploding corn.
a cat that eats corn.
Oh.
It has to do with hair.
Okay, you cannot have hair.
Exploding hair?
That is wrong.
Okay. We were close. I don't know.
You cannot give anyone a perm without a license. So a mom cannot give her kid a perm.
Well, yeah, that's like hairdressing,
It's like it's
cosmetology school.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know it was illegal.
It's illegal.
The ammonium glycolate. Okay.
Oh, okay, Legally Blonde.
You can't wash it within 24
You
hours.
can't get your perm wet.
We learned
Everybody
that.
knows that.
We learned that. New Jersey. It has to do with men in New Jersey. Go.
Ooh, okay.
This is only a male-centered law.
You cannot go to the gym more than 3 times a day.
You cannot tan.
Jersey Shore.
You cannot tan more than 4 times a day.
That would seem painful, honestly.
GTL, gym, tan,
laundry.
laundry. Okay, you
can
can't
do
do your
infinite
laundry.
amounts of laundry, I feel like.
You can't do any laundry on Sundays.
Ooh,
Okay. It's
That'd
the
be a
holy
bummer.
day.
that's when I do all my laundry. Bummer.
If you are a man in New Jersey
Uh-huh.
and you get caught knitting during fishing season,
Oh,
you may get a fine.
we were close.
Also, that is up there with the dumbest laws I've ever heard.
Knitting during fishing season. And the funny
For
thing
men.
about laws is that this had to happen once.
Right.
Offend somebody
Ugh.
to where it became a law.
It offends me that that's a law.
Only during fishing season.
Yes. I'm offended.
Wait, is fishing season not like all the time?
No.
Mm-mm.
Seasons because of when fish migrate and stuff, their migrating patterns.
It's seasonal because of fish.
Because of
Sorry.
seasons?
Because of their migrating patterns is what I meant to say. Sorry.
You were fine. It just sounded funny. Okay.
In Ohio.
Ohio. Ooh, that's it.
Okay.
According to TikTok, that's a trash state.
Do you want me to give
So
you
is
a
Missouri.
clue? Because this is about an animal.
Yes. we
Which
need clues.
animal?
Fish.
Okay, you
Here we
cannot.
go. Seasonal.
Yes, because fishing is not year round.
Fishing is seasonal.
It's only
apparently.
when fish are fishing.
You can fish year round, but there's certain type of fish you can only catch at certain times of the year.
Oh,
Okay,
is
got
that
it.
a hint?
No, that's
Oh.
just me giving you a life
Okay.
lesson.
In Ohio, you cannot smell like fish
Oh,
on
I was
a
gonna go eat
Wednesday.
fish. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ever. That's frowned
Because on
upon, probably.
Wednesdays we wear pink. We don't smell like fish.
That is good.
I was gonna go eat fish
Okay.
on Fridays.
No,
No
catfish Friday.
No fish fry Fridays.
No fish fry Fridays. Yeah,
Okay.
it's opposite in Ohio.
It is illegal to get a fish drunk.
Yeah. How does one get a fish drunk?
Okay, I
would
got it, I got
imagine they would grab a fish and put it in a container of alcohol.
Oh, not what I was thinking.
Oh, that's so sad. I thought it had like a little fish bong.
Yeah, I was thinking like it's fish season. I catch my fish. I'm gonna bring it out of the water and pour a beer down its throat with its beer bong.
Into its gills.
Drink, and then throw it back in the water and be like, ha.
That seems like fish abuse.
It is. That's why you
Whoever
can't do
put
it.
The fish and alcohol is terrible.
I agree.
Someone in Ohio put a fish in alcohol.
I
Do you
believe
know-
it.
That reminds me of there is a bar at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Called Big Dick's Halfway In.
Yes.
And
You're
it is-
familiar with big dicks?
Yeah, we
Yes.
drive past it all the time.
Okay.
You can take a shot
With a minnow.
with a minnow.
Shoot the minnow.
Wait. What?
A minnow is a tiny little
I
fish.
know what a minnow is. Thank you.
You were like, what is that?
You butthead.
Minnow is a fish.
What do you mean you can take a shot with a minnow?
Like you swallow the minnow.
It's got the minnow. You drink the minnow. You shoot the minnow. Like,
Yeah.
Why would you want to?
Well, so I don't know. That's why I don't know. And then that's why I said it. I was like, do you have to poop it out? Like people do this.
honestly, out of the three of us, you would be the best at it.
Something live because I'm
Lindsey.
good at taking shots?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely not.
I-
I would barf it up.
I don't think I could something alive that I could feel moving.
Mhm.
I don't think I could do it.
You
I
can
think
shoot
it-
the minnow. But yeah, I don't know what the point is, but you would definitely be getting the fish drunk.
West Virginia.
West
You know,
Virginia is Virginia
Appalachians.
for lovers, or is it West Virginia?
It's Virginia's for
Okay,
lovers.
so West Virginia must be for haters.
Divorcees. There's a lot of the Appalachian Mountains there.
Yeah, you cannot insult Bigfoot
Or Mothman.
or
Because
Pukwudgie.
Mothman is in the Appalachians.
Yes.
And the Appalachian horned.
Frog.
Yep.
It is illegal to whistle while underwater.
Can you do that anyways?
I think you can.
I can't whistle, period. So TBD.
We're going to have to try this.
All right. Those are some fun, weird things that people have actually done.
Interesting.
Those are fun laws.
Okay. What you
Okay.
going to tell us?
I have a paranormal story for y'all,
I love a good paranormal story.
and I made you a PowerPoint.
Oh.
We're going to talk about
that.
the Hellfire Club.
I know the Hellfire Club.
And we're going to be in London and Ireland, primarily in Ireland, but the Hellfire Club did originate in London, so we're going to talk about London also for a little bit.
Are we going to talk about Stranger Things?
No, I just put that picture because, I mean, that's what people think of when they hear the Hellfire Club now.
Obvi.
So the Hellfire Club is in Montpellier Hill, Ireland, which is just outside of Dublin. And on this hill is the Hellfire Club.
Ooh.
So the building that the Hellfire Club was housed in is a lodge, and it was built in 1725 by William Connolly.
That's a long time ago.
And it was originally called Montpellier.
It
There
looks
it
really
is.
cool.
So the hill that this lodge rests on has been called Montpellier for quite some time. So William Connolly, the one who built this home in 1725, he was the Speaker of the Irish House of Commons. The home consists of a kitchen and servants' quarters on the main floor, stairs leading up to a hall and 2 reception rooms, and then on the 3rd floor there are several rooms with sleeping quarters. So the entrance on the upper floor was reached by a long flight of stairs, which is now missing because this was built in the 1700s and things don't stay the same.
No, they break down.
They break down.
Yeah.
So at each side of the building is a room with like roofs that are kind of like leaning that they think were used for house stables for horses. The grounds around the lodge are on about 1,000 acres, and there was a prehistoric burial site at the summit of Montpellier Hill, and stones from it were taken to actually build the lodge. Shortly after this lodge was built, a storm blew the original roof off, and superstition says that it was the work of the devil for disturbing the ancient burial grounds.
Oh, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So Connolly had the roof replaced, and it is still intact to this day.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he built it in 1725. He died in 1729. So he didn't get much
Aw.
use out of it. So you can see
Ooh.
all of Dublin from there. They say it's a beautiful view.
What a unique building shape.
That is the history on the lodge. So the Irish Hellfire Club, the members were active there from 1735 to 1741 and used this home as their meeting place.
Was there a Ghost Adventures episode on this?
Yes.
So Zach, and I talk about that a little bit later. I don't go too far into it because Zach went to the London original Hellfire Club.
It was like underground and they wore
Mhm.
these weird masks.
Huh.
Yes, so he went to London. He didn't go to this one in Ireland. So what is the Hellfire Club?
Do tell.
Is it a secret society?
It is.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
burn in hell?
TPD.
Maybe.
So the Hellfire Club is a group of exclusive clubs for high society.
I'm in this really cool club.
And these were the Rakes
Oh.
of Britain and Ireland in the 18th century. Do you know what a rake is?
Absolutely not.
Hang on, didn't we talk about this recently?
It's
A
a
rake?
promiscuous man. That's what they were called. Rakes.
Ooh, like
Harlots?
swingers?
Harlots and rakes.
Like men who were going around
Slutty men.
having sex with women and acts
Ooh,
of debauchery.
okay.
They were called a rake. Okay. So this was for the rakes in Britain and Ireland in the 18th century, but high society. So many of them were what they called people of quality. And many were involved in politics and were earls and dukes and all kinds of things.
Oh, so they thought they could probably get away with things, but maybe would judge other people, I'm guessing.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Rakes and hoes.
So they They
So clever.
they wish to partake in immoral acts.
Yeah. But they want to also judge other people, I'm sure, for
Right.
doing the same thing. Right.
Would you think the 18th century, the church was pretty much in control of London at that time, so that's why there were secret clubs.
Well, yeah. They don't want people to know their business.
So because it is a secret society, the activities and the members are kind of hard to find evidence of, but we do know of some people. So the first official Hellfire Club was founded in London in 1718 by Philip Wharton, and he was the first Duke of Wharton, and his high society friends were in the club with him. So he started the club because at the time there was gentlemen's clubs, which these were where people met to discuss poetry, philosophy, and politics.
Sure they did.
That's what they did.
And he said, I don't want a gentleman's club. I want something a little more debauched. He thought those were boring, so he started what he called a satirical gentlemen's club.
You know, I think I've seen some gentlemen's clubs on the way to the Lake of the Ozarks, too.
So these clubs that he founded were known to ridicule religion, meant as a joke to shock the world and not take things too seriously. The supposed president is going to be Satan. Okay, of course.
Oh.
Satan is the president.
Of
Yeah.
the Hellfire Club?
Yes.
Well,
it's
he
Satan.
approves of all this
Oh, that
debauchery.
makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the orgy.
Stan.
Although Wharton, when
Stan.
he started this, did not engage in satanic worship or anything like that. That was not his goal.
Sure.
Make that clear.
Mhm.
So the club met on Sundays, of course.
That is a holy day. It's a day of rest.
Not for Stan.
At different locations, sometimes pubs, sometimes secret places like this. Women could join, which was not very common in that day and age. So what did they do during these meetings of the Hellfire Club on Sundays?
Rituals, sacrifices,
Orgies.
and
I've said it 3 times. It's got to
sex.
make it into the conversation.
Sex, rituals, and rock and roll.
You are not
And
wrong
masks.
on any of those except maybe rock and roll. I don't know if that was around in the
Their
18th
version-
century.
Classic. Wait, do you think they had to have violinists down there? Like, that was
Playing
their...
Stairway to
Yeah.
Heaven.
That because they didn't have recordings of music, so it had to have been
They had to make their own. What year is this?
17.
Like the 1720s. So
Okay.
18th century.
But I think they have goats in Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
so goatskin bongos.
Because sensual bongo music.
To the tune of,
During the orgies.
what's that one that I like?
I don't know.
That,
Your goat bongo music that you like? I'm not
what
sure.
orgy music
no, what's
you
that
like?
jazz music that I like?
Careless whisper.
Careless Whisper.
How do you do that with a bongo?
But goat bongos.
No, they're just in the background and they have somebody making the noise like. Yes.
Your mouth is the best instrument.
This is a great
Okay.
orgy.
So besides
a
the
great
rock
orgy.
and roll,
I love it here. Thank you.
I'm glad we could participate together.
they did have mock religious ceremonies, and they would eat meals with the foods that they called, quote, Holy Ghost pie.
Okay. What is Holy Ghost pie?
Breast of Venus.
Who's Venus?
Like, from mythology, Greek and Roman
Yeah.
mythology, like the naked woman.
Yeah,
Right,
no.
but what is it
I know
in
who
real
that
life?
is, but like, how do they get her breast?
No, that's just what they called the food. It was probably like chicken breast.
Chicken boob. They were like, this is the breast of Venus.
And devil's loin.
Right.
It's probably pork. Like a pork chop, pork loin.
goat.
Mm.
Go boobies.
They did this
Goat
while
boobs.
they drank Hellfire Punch.
Okay. Now listen, I can make a Hellfire Punch. It's got to have Fireball.
Yes, obviously.
Cranberry?
It probably has a splash of cranberry, but a lot of Jameson
Okay.
and
That sounds
Bailey's.
disgusting.
Just something that's going to make you fall on the floor.
Bailey's, Jameson, Fireball, and Guinness
Oh,
We're going to
gosh.
Google.
with a splash of cranberry.
There is another drink that they would have that I will tell you what that was here in a second.
I probably won't want to recreate it.
You might actually, this one.
Okay.
They also came to meetings dressed as Bible characters as a satire.
Oh, that's your Halloween
I
costume.
know, I thought of that.
Were you part of the Hellfire Club?
I'm here to eat of the
Unknowingly.
devil's loin.
Ew. So gross.
Give me the Hellfire Punch.
You want the devil's loin.
Stan?
Cool.
All right, Wharton's Club.
Wait, I want to tell you the Hellfire Punch recipe.
Oh, okay.
Just an example, so you
Okay.
know. It involves cognac, Jamaican rum, cherry brandy,
Love Jamaican rum and cherry brandy.
lemon juice,
Yes, big fan.
Milk?
Not with alcohol. It
Cayenne
curdles.
pepper?
Ew.
No, don't like that.
Demerara sugar?
Okay.
Okay.
It has sugar, so I'm going to say it's good.
And nutmeg.
The nutmeg. Oh, okay.
Oh, pumpkin pie.
That's very Christmassy.
That is just one. That's the first thing that pulled up for Hellfire Punch. I'm really hoping we can come up with a better.
We'll come up with
Cocktail.
our own recipe for the
Okay.
Hellfire Punch. Okay. So Morton's Club ended in 1721 when a bill was put into effect, quote, against horrid impieties,
Ooh.
taking its aim at the Hellfire Club specifically. Wharton was removed from Parliament by all of his political enemies who found out about his club.
Yeah.
So then he became a Freemason, found another
Not
club.
so secret club.
Yes. And in 1722, he became the Grand Master of England, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
It sounds self-appointed.
Yeah,
Does.
it's giving much, I declare.
Sir Francis Dashwood and the Earl of Sandwich
Stop it.
members of the Hellfire
What
Club.
kind of sandwich?
It's just the Earl of Sandwich.
Hang on. Corned beef
And cabbage.
and cabbage
Okay.
on rye.
Well, we're still in London, so
Don't they have some weird old
shepherd's
curdled
pie.
blood
Oh,
sandwich?
a sandwich of shepherd's pie?
I'm just making it.
Okay. London.
We're gonna put lamb and potatoes in between bread.
No. Fish and chips.
Fish
that
and chips
weird
bread.
bloody pudding or something?
Oh yeah,
that
bloody
they-
pudding. Yeah.
Blah.
A spotted dick.
Gross.
Buh.
So they created their own version of a Hellfire Club in the 1730s.
I hate all of those options.
I
Guess
feel
who
like-
was known to attend it?
Oh, Jesus.
No, this is 1758.
Himself.
Someone from America before he came to
Ooh,
America.
1758.
1700s,
Christopher Columbus.
Columbus.
It's 1492.
Oh.
George Washington.
Before he came to the States?
Yes, because
Okay, wait.
1776.
Wait.
So
It's
this
got to
is
be
Ben
Thomas
Franklin. Ben
Jeffer-
Franklin.
Oh, yeah. Ben
Damn it, that's
Drankin.
not what I was going to guess,
Which
but
Ben-
okay.
He was a Freemason as well. Ben Franklin
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was known to attend the Hellfire
Sarah's
Club.
not so secret club. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm in the secret, not so secret
Christopher
club.
Columbus, the two of you.
Juan Ponce de Leon.
Listen, we have had 3 shots and several seltzers.
So, anyways, Ben Franklin went to
The
this
timing would
Hellfire
have
Club.
at least been
That's all.
right. Okay.
All right, so
Makes sense.
Dashwood and the Earl of Sandwich, their club.
I can't.
What's his name? They
If
met.
you say so.
I am the Duchess of
Soup.
Tacos.
Did you say soup?
The Lady of Soup and the Duchess of Tacos.
And I am the Dame of Vodka.
Wow. You sound very official.
No, you just had. What'd you have?
It was a taquito.
Oh, you are the Dame
Princess. The
Because of
Princess
what I just
taquitos.
Of, yes.
Because I
Yeah.
ate a taquito. I'm a taquito forever.
You sound like a sister to the taco.
I almost went to Hawaiian Bros. Could have been
Oh, yeah.
Dame of Chicken.
Dame of Huli Huli.
Madam. Madam of Huli Huli.
Madame Kilauea.
My name is Madame Huli Huli. And pasta salad.
And white rice.
Sticky rice. Oh, we're never gonna get through this story, y'all. I'm on page 204.
You got me with that sandwich guy.
Sorry. Okay, I'll try not to say his name again.
Earl of Sandwich.
Dashwood.
I'm back there.
All right. Dashwood met in tunnels and caves in West Wycombe Hill. So this is where Zach went when they did their Ghost Adventures episode. They went to the OG, the London Hellfire Club. So these tunnels and caves were decorated with mythological themes. Breast of Venus. Phallic symbols.
Penises.
Yes, thank
That
you.
is my favorite mythological symbol.
And sexual drawings because they were rakes.
And hose. Ricks and hose.
Rakes and hoes. Records indicate that members performed, quote, obscene parodies of religious rites.
Oh,
Take that how you
Okay.
want. I didn't want to really look into that further.
wow.
According to a historian, the members, quote, their practice was rigorously pagan.
Sounds like it.
I'm probably going to butcher this name. Bacchus and Venus were the deities to whom they almost publicly sacrificed, and the nymphs in the hogshead that were laid in against the festivals of this new church sufficiently informed the neighborhood of the complexion of those hermits.
That's very intense.
They were just going against the church, basically, and doing things that weren't talked about. In the 19th century, legends of black masses and Satan and demon worship had become attached to the club. Rumors of prostitutes frequenting the clubs that they called the nuns.
That's how they got them down there.
So they basically were eating, drinking, and engaging in debauchery.
Got it.
That's what happened in the Hellfire Club. So it's its own club in Europe, and like I said, originated in London, but the Irish Hellfire Club, here's where we're going to focus our story. This was founded in 1737.
This is not the story.
That was a backstory?
This was the backstory of the Hellfire Club.
All right.
All right. So Ireland. We're going to stay in Ireland now. So it was founded in 1737 by Richard Parsons, who was the first Earl of Rosse, and James Worsdale. Lord Rosse was probably the president. They're not sure. But there is a painting by James Worsdale, and this is what you guys are looking at, on display in some museum that depicts the 5 members of the club seated around the table.
Look at those wigs.
They look fun.
So
They're
Richard, who started this club, was known already for dabbling in black magic. So there is Henry IV. He is a baron, and he was actually tried and convicted of murder in 1739. So Baron Barry of Santry, he burned a servant to death in his bed after he drenched them in brandy and set them on fire.
What a dick.
But
Sounds like
that's
a
not what he
loser.
was tried for. He was tried because he stabbed another servant. And he was convicted, but because he was so powerful and up in politics, he was protected by his friends and just spent the rest of his time in exile in England. Never went to jail.
Henry doesn't wash his ass. I can just tell. This picture.
I just told you he killed 2 servants horribly, and all you have to add is that he didn't wash his butt.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why.
gross.
He's disgusting.
Gross.
Simon Luttrell, he is Lord Ernham,
Oh, look at that.
so he's
wig.
a lord. Then you got Colonel Henry
I'm a lord.
Posenby, Colonel
Okay.
Richard St. George, and Colonel Clements. Stories of wild behavior, debauchery, occult practices, demonic manifestations, they have all become part of the story over the years. Accounts of the club meetings report that they drank scalthine, which is a mixture of whiskey and hot butter.
Oh, I can make that for you.
That's why I said I think you might like that drink.
It's a
Okay.
Hellfire punch.
Noted. Future me. Make that next time we get together.
Whiskey
Oh,
and hot
God.
butter.
That honestly does not sound good. I like a good melted butter, but
I like hot butter.
yeah, you do, but I don't know about whiskey.
Put it in with Fireball.
What about
Yeah.
cookie dough whiskey? And
Oh, so cinnamon and butter. That's like a good
okay.
apple crisp.
poured over some bread.
Yeah.
I'm going to dip our bread and just straight into the shop.
I can get down with that.
All right, that's
Okay.
what they drink in Ireland. So not the Hellfire Punch, but scalthine.
Scalthine.
Sounds gross.
Noted.
So in their meetings, they would leave one chair vacant because that is where Satan is supposed to sit.
Yeah.
Okay?
I wonder if he ever showed up.
Nothing but polite manners over here. Satan did show up once, and we're going to talk about
Ooh.
So there.
that. They
My
had
bad.
a mascot. What do you think was their mascot?
Satan.
Oh, hang on. No, it's a winged
It's a-
creature.
Goat.
No, it's an actual animal.
Oh, okay. Cat.
It's
Black cat.
Oh my god.
I was way
good.
off.
The black cat is still rumored to haunt this place to this day. So the residents that they remember, we're all talking about this lodge house, remember?
Yes.
So the residence was damaged by fire at one point in history, and the members had to relocate to another house that was on the hill. And we're going to talk about that house as well.
Okay.
It is unclear what all transpired at the Hellfire Club because the location is so remote. It was pretty removed from Dublin that there's no accounts of any activities that happened there that have been verifiable. But there are some stories and some lore.
I love lore.
Okay. One night, a stranger.
I love lore.
I love lore. I love lamp.
Both of those are true.
One night, a stranger arrived at the club on a stormy night.
Oh, a dark and stormy night.
Dark and stormy night.
Yes.
Think he waited for that night to show up
It's my favorite kind of night.
Did.
for effect?
He was invited in to join the members of the Hellfire Club who were playing a card game.
Ooh, he's a vampire.
Phase 10.
A player dropped their card on the floor.
Solitaire.
He had to bend over.
He bent down to pick it up.
Somebody smacked his butt.
They saw a crack.
And he
Stuck a
noticed
finger in.
that-
Smelled it.
Passed out.
he noticed that the stranger had a cloven hoof for a foot.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's Satan.
Not the cloven hoof.
Goatman arrived to play cards.
Ooh, he was ready.
As soon as he noticed this, the visitor disappeared in a ball of flame.
Yep.
So this story was found as late as the 1930s in some texts and in some literature, and a similar story was told of something that happened on Dolly Mount, which is also on Montpellier Hill.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another place that's haunted on this hill. Another story is that a priest came to the house one night, and he found the members were engaging in animal sacrifice.
Ew.
I don't like that. That's where I draw the line.
Involving a black cat.
No. Not midnight. Shadow.
The
Salem?
priest grabbed the cat and performed an exorcism right then and there to get the demon out of the cat.
Thank goodness.
Did
And
it work?
it says that a demon was released from the cat.
Did the cat live?
That TBD, it doesn't say.
It did.
It did. Yeah. Praise me.
Simon Luttrell, so
Under
he
his
is Lord Ernham. He later became the Earl of Carhampton.
Carhampton.
Yeah. What? The most American way. I'm sure it's pronounced like Carhampton or something.
Carhampton.
Carhampton.
Sandwich.
I can't do it. Sandwich in Carhampton.
The sandwich of Earlhampton.
So he was one time the Sheriff of Dublin.
Okay. That sounds official.
So it is believed that he was the subject of a literary poem in 1777 called The Diabloid. So like the Iliad, but with Diablo.
Oh.
Diabloid.
Diabload.
Diabload. That's probably it.
Okay.
So he was described as, quote, the worst man in England.
Do tell.
In this poem, he made a pact with the devil to give up his soul within 7 years in return for settling his debts. But when the devil came to Montpellier Lodge, where the Hellfire Club met, to claim his soul, he distracted the devil and fled.
How'd he distract him?
I don't know.
You little
But
dance.
you know what? I think that's where the song with the fiddle came in, where the devil went down to Hell House. He was looking for a soul to steal.
Oh, it's not Georgia.
It wasn't Georgia. It was originally Hell
He went
House,
down
Yeah.
to the Hellfire House.
and they had to play it with a violin.
Very
And
With the bongos in the background.
the Goatskin Bongos, yeah.
Other stories involving the Hellfire Club involves drinking sessions, fun,
Cheers.
Are we the Hellfire Club?
black masses, and animal sacrifices.
Mm-mm.
No, we're not
We're
the
not.
Hellfire Club.
It's been
Not
answered.
fun. And the sacrifice of a dwarf or a little person.
Got it. Okay.
One story involves a man who was invited to witness a night at the Hellfire Club, and he was found the next morning trembling all over and terrified, and he never spoke a word again.
I would be too.
Ever?
Ever.
Okay.
Oh, that's a long time.
How do you know? Maybe he died the next day.
Oh, true.
It's true, doesn't it? All right, so people report nowadays smelling some strange smells like sulfur.
It looks like it might smell like sulfur.
Yes.
There.
And feeling generally unwell.
It looks like it smelled like beets.
Or like earth.
Yeah, just earth.
I love beets.
Beets
no,
smell like earth,
I hate
and they
beets.
taste like earth.
I like radishes.
You just completely changed my mind. I love beets. No, I hate
I was
beets.
wrong.
I am allergic to radishes.
I don't like radishes either.
They're
Okay.
too spicy.
Spicy dirt.
They have also found traces of satanic rituals that were performed on these grounds.
Okay.
Like I said, at some point, this lodge was set on fire and damaged. And so they went down to another building on the property. But who knows what actually happened to this building? Some say that the Hellfire Club set fire purposefully when William Connolly, the original owner, when his son refused to renew their lease on the lodge. Another story says that the members did it purposefully to give the building a hellish-looking appearance. And another says that following a black mass ritual, a footman spilled a drink, and a member retaliated by pouring brandy over him and setting him on fire, which
Oh.
spread and killed many people.
Seems to be the way to kill other people during this time.
Yes. Whatever the case, after the building caught fire and they went down the hill,
Got it.
their club activities went more unnoticeable.
Mm.
So they were revived in 1771, and they were active for about 30 years. The most notorious member was Thomas Buck Whaley, and he is the son of Richard Chappell Whaley. According to one story, the members were kidnapped, murdered, and ate a farmer's daughter.
Oh, no.
Well, that's frowned upon. Don't like that.
Whaley eventually repented of this, and when he died in 1800, the Hellfire Club disbanded after his death.
Did they?
So the Connollys sold the land to Luke White in 1800, and it passed through generations for multiple generations through inheritance, but ultimately the Massey family had a hold of it. They went bankrupt, and when they did, the state took hold of the land. So the building is now maintained by the state, and they manage the land and have installed stairs for safety and safety rails so you can go and look at it.
Cool.
So you can still see the remains of the prehistoric monument that were taken if you stand near the back of the building.
Nice.
In October 2016, they did an excavation and discovered a huge passage grave that probably dates back 5,000 years underneath the ruins.
Wow.
And that's just incredible to think
Yeah,
about.
it
5,000
really is.
years ago.
I know. I was like shocked by the 1700s in Salem.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Also on the property further down the hill is the steward's house, or a Killikee house. And this is where they went after the fire kind of disrupted their lodge. So the house is also reportedly haunted by a large black cat.
Ooh.
Like a giant cat, they
It's a
said.
mountain lion.
It's like Clifford the dog, but a cat.
Yes.
Oh, like he barely fits in the building?
Yeah.
So they believe that
That's
this is the
cute.
cat that was exorcised by the priest.
He came back really big.
I'll show you. Meow.
Barely fit in this house. Just pops his little head out.
The most documented hauntings occurred in the late 1960s to early 1970s when the family who owned the house was converting it into an arts center. So they had a lot of staff and tradesmen who were coming in to redo the home, and they complained of ghosts and paranormal activity. One night, staff was confronted by a spectral figure in a black cat with glowing red eyes.
That's never a good sign.
So one of the artists actually painted a portrait of that cat and hung it up in the place for a while.
Cool.
There's also reports of an Indian man and 2 nuns that they named Blessed Margaret and Holy Mary, who were known to take part in the Black Masses.
This feel made up, but okay.
There are reports of bells ringing and poltergeist-like activity. In 1971, a plumber was there doing some work and discovered a grave with a skeleton of a small figure that they think might be a child, but could be the dwarf that was sacrificed.
Aw, that's very sad.
Mm-hmm. So the house was a restaurant in the 90s before it closed down in 2001, and it is now privately owned as a residence. So you can't go there, but you can go to the original lodge, the Hellfire Club. Zach went to the Hellfire Club in London, and they went to the caves down there and investigated and found some creepy stuff. I haven't watched the episode, but...
Oh, I've seen it. You know I have. I just remember it being like underground in some caves, and they showed those like reenactment videos, you know, when they were talking about the history.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody was wearing those weird, creepy masks.
The plague doctor
They
masks?
look like plague doctor masks,
Yeah.
or maybe just like, you know, half of their face was showing.
Gotcha.
They were involved in some debauchery.
There was lots of debauchery that happened in this Hellfire Club.
everywhere.
So that is the story of the Hellfire Club Secret Society.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was very entertaining.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. And you can go there and
And I think
walk
we will.
around the grounds.
I think we shall.
And they
Threaten
even
me with a
do
good time.
they do paranormal tours at night if you want to go.
You don't say.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in this week to our paranormal episode. You can always find us at thetipsyghost.com with our socials linked from there, or send us an email at thetipsyghost@gmail.com.
Please give us a 5-star rating and a great review anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate it, and it really does help.
All right. Thanks so much. We will catch you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.